guys, my name is Yong. You guys probably know me by Sky. Thank you guys for being here again today. As normal, my topic is probably going to be about environmental again. But this time, I want you guys to know why we need to go environmental. Well, let me start with a question. How many of you guys are planning to have a child in the future? Or I don't think any of you guys have a child already, right? Oh, you do? Okay. Okay, great. Nice to hear that. Everybody, but at some point, I bet everybody in here want to have a child in the future. But how many of you guys want to have an apology to your child in the future about what you guys did today or not long from here? Well, not talking about some other stuff. I'm talking about environmental problems. Because our age, we are at a really weird age. We have a lot of resource that we have, and that we are taking advantage of it. Indeed, we are using too much. As according to the EPA departments, estimated, we waste about 2.7 pounds a day, average adult. And all those stuff are reusable, but we never used it. Why? Because we just use too much, and a lot of time we don't know we could even recycle them. So our consequence is we are hurting the earth by digging up all those resources, burying the earth undergrounds, and then contaminating the earth as well. In another subject is CO2. As you can see over here, we started burning combustion of CO2 back in about 1958. That's the first time ever we used CO2s. We mostly use it on cars, energies, and many other stuff such as food, because we need them to also, in those farmers, they use CO2 to create the force they need to produce food. But the problem is, back then, we are only looking at around 310 ppm back in the 1958, and then we are looking at about 420 ppms nowadays. What does that mean? Parts per million was stand for ppms. For example, back in 1958, when the ppm is about 310, Earth might last about 1 million years, based on that level. But what we have right now, Earth might last about 100 years. That's why we are seeing so much dramatic weather change, natural disasters such as earthquakes, volcanoes, eruptions, temperature changes, and stuff like that. But why CO2 is so important? Well, we contribute about 27% of CO2s to the atmosphere nowadays, and CO2 is the major gas contributions to greenhouse gases. In other words, greenhouse gases is the shield that we have on Earth that protects us from the solar wave outside our planet, which will extinct all human beings and all living bacteria on Earth. So it keeps the sun wave outside of Earth, but only absorbing enough sun wave that to keep us alive. And then keep the temperature inside on Earth also at a balance that we can survive. So CO2s are destroying this whole balancing system on it at a really dramatic speed. And another biggest problem besides CO2 is waste, landfills. As you can see over here, this is the most recent maps of landfills that we have right now in United States. As you can see, about 35% of it is already landfill. So we are running out of room to live on Earth, just in US. Don't even mention about those smaller islands such as India that have a really high population but really small areas. So as you can see, at least you want your child to live somewhere near the wasteland. But I don't think so, because it's not going to be safe, because the methane gas they produce is actually harmful for human bodies, and the base of it is actually not strong for you to build your house on. That's why we try to reduce trash and then try to reduce CO2 is the two basic topics that we have nowadays, and you can see all those companies out there are trying to reduce those as well. Well, but it takes more than one generation to keep Earth clean. So the basic thing we have to do is not only us that we need to know about the environmental problem that we are facing, we also need to learn how to solve them and how to reduce them, such as carpool. carpool with someone else. So you will reduce the CO2s and save you money on the gas and all kind of stuff like that, such a parking space. Another thing is, there's many other stuff to talk about, huh? Well, landfill waste. That's one thing that everybody should talk about too, because reduce the food that we are wasting and help others. Well, besides from apologies to our children in the future, you probably want to think about what are we facing as a problem that we are nearby. You guys ever heard about the Whirlpool manufacturing enforcement before? Okay. It's opened in the 1987. They opened it, and then the contamination over there before at the time it was safe, but back in 2013, Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality and the local health departments sued them because they have contaminated the whole underground water and harmful all the childs around it because the chemicals they produce is contaminations. Well, that's only one of the problems that we see around us. There's many more out there. So try to avoid those and then try to start working as soon as possible so we don't have to say sorry to our future childs because what we did today is hunting them and hunting us. Well, thank you guys.